Guys, you know the food farmer, right? This guy. So this video is about him and how he's changed a bit over time because of a lot of criticism that he had been getting, and if that change actually is meaningful. Anyway, I want to first begin by saying that I'm one of the people who criticized him, of course a lot of others also, but the main criticism being that the advice that he was giving was a little too black and white. Like, he would call out a lot of big corporate companies for their products, and some of them perfectly legitimate cause for concern that he had. He would call them out for ingredients that are linked to cancer or not promoting health, or sometimes even toxic to health. And the problem is, instead of citing genuine studies, and again I need to repeat this over here because people don't see the importance of studies. What are they? Basically, they're evidence. So normally evidence for something is straightforward. Like, if this phone, if I drop it, it falls. I don't need a lot of evidence for it. Like, the fact that dropping it and I see it falling is more than enough. But there are some things, especially in the world of diet and medicine, where a single observation or a single factor does not lead to the end result. There are multiple factors that lead to the end result. And to isolate a single factor, like say this thing causes cancer, if you want to say that, there are many factors that might have led to that cancer. If you want to isolate this thing that led to that cancer, you need a very robust study, well designed, with a lot of factors I've talked about. People who are subscribed to this channel would probably know. But when you isolate that single factor, only can you tell that, okay, this thing actually does lead to cancer. But the problem is that such conclusions are made mostly by studies that are not well designed, that have not done a good job of isolating the factor that they want to measure, and they've drawn their conclusion. What the food farmer does is, he shows a result that may not even be a study. It might just be a newspaper article or something. And when you just use that to base your whole argument, it's very easy to see why you might go wrong. And ultimately what happens is, everything that you're saying just ends up being fear-mongering. The audience, people watching your video, will see you as an authority saying whatever you're saying and just believe you at face value. In his early videos, he would just say that these ingredients are bad, this is linked with cancer. Of course, with no legitimate proper evidence. That just ended up being fear-mongering, and me included, many creators have criticized him. Right now he's become a little less black and white. He does say that okay, processed food are okay if you eat it 1 or 2 times a month, which is again still not nuanced enough in my opinion. It doesn't talk about why it's bad. What is the science that says why it's bad? Maybe his reasoning is that his audience needs a simplified way of messaging to actually reach out to them, to actually get through to them. In his effort of being simplified in his messaging, he becomes oversimplified. That destroys all nuance. I'll show you how in this video. We're gonna just look at it and see what he said and show you what the flaws are with the video.
इंडिया डायबिटीज कैपिटल है पूरी दुनिया की, लेकिन बाकी कंट्रीज के मुकाबले में हम ज्यादातर खाना घर पे खाते हैं। ऑन एवरेज हम महीने में 6 बार घर के बाहर खाते हैं, यानी बाकी 84 बार हम घर पे ही खाते हैं। अगर हम ज्यादातर खाना घर पे खा रहे हैं तो हम इतना बीमार क्यों हो रहे हैं? क्योंकि हम घर को रेस्टोरेंट बना दिए हैं। जितना सऊदी अरेबिया में तेल है उतना तो हम अपने खाने में डालते हैं। जितना हस्बैंड अपने एनिवर्सरी को भूलने के बाद अपनी वाइफ को मक्खन लगाता है, उससे ज्यादा मक्खन तो हम अपने ब्रेड में लगाते हैं। पहले केचप।
Yeah, okay, all this comedy is good, but like, what are you saying? Why is Kisan ketchup bad? Is it bad only because it doesn't actually contain tomato and that fresh tomato is the brand name?
आप लोग केवल फ्रेंच फ्राइज के साथ खाते थे, बट आजकल तो रोटी में भी केचप और सब्जी में मैगी मसाला डालने लग गए हैं। बहुत पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चे को चॉकलेट हफ्ते में 1 बार खाने देंगे, लेकिन पता नहीं क्यों चोकोस हर दिन देंगे।
You're right in a lot of what you say. Some of what you say. Chocos, a lot of chocos every day, making it a habit is bad. I agree. But maybe also talk about why it's bad. Maybe instead of saying that, hey, this is bad, which is what people will end up taking away as your message. A lot of people, I should say. If you say why it's bad, I think it'll bring a lot more nuance, and people will learn from that and be able to judge for themselves why a certain food is bad.
चोकोस भी तो चॉकलेट ही हुआ, और जब बच्चे स्कूल से वापस आते हैं हम उन्हें टैंग और रसना देते हैं, और फिर आते हैं बिस्किट.
Tang and Rasna, why are they bad? And in what quantities are they bad? Are they just flat out bad, or are they bad if you have them regularly? Just talk about that, I would say.
Shake that biscuit, baby. Shake it for me.
बिस्किट चाहे अपने आप को जी फॉर जीनियस बुलाए या डाइजेस्टिव, कोई भी बिस्किट में सिर्फ 3 चीज होता है: मैदा, चीनी, पाम ऑयल.
Okay, I can't resist not making that joke, but why is he dancing out camera in the middle of his presentation? Is he trying to amp up the video so it gets more views? So that it's more exciting and people watch for long.
बिस्किट का नाम चाहे जो भी हो, नाम से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. जैसे दिल्ली की आईपीएल टीम चाहे अपने आप को डेयरडेविल बुलाए या कैपिटल्स, आता तो लास्ट ही है. रिसर्च के हिसाब से भारत का पैकेज फूड पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा अनहेल्दी है. घर में हम
I think labeling food as a healthy or unhealthy is problematic, and we have a lot of issue with online articles, a lot of news and media just saying foods are unhealthy. So with influences like these, and even in common language that people use generally, that has become part of the lingo, saying that this food is unhealthy and this food is healthy. I think a better way of doing it, of saying that same message, is your overall diet is healthy, your diet is healthy, or your diet is unhealthy. Because any food, so-called healthy or unhealthy food, can be part of either a good diet or a bad diet. Calling individual foods healthy or unhealthy is extremely unhelpful. All it does is fearmonger. Call diets healthy or unhealthy.
सुबह शाम दिन रात यही पैकेज फूड खाते हैं और फिर हम सोचते हैं कि हम बीमार क्यों हो रहे हैं. ये सब को कभी कभार खाओ, लेकिन डेली मत खाओ. घर को रेस्ट.
That's what, eat once in a while, but not all the time. See, that's the amount of nuance you'll find in his videos. In an effort to simplify, he's oversimplifying a lot.
रेस्टोरेंट मत बनाओ. घर का खाना ये नहीं, ये होता है.
There's a problem. If you talked about that same nuance over here, see, vegetables are good. I personally would 100% recommend vegetables. But the problem is, promotion of vegetables gives people the impression that natural foods or any product marketed as natural is good. And that's not true, because natural ingredients can always have phytotoxins, which are toxins of a plant origin, and that leads to like a lot of issues, toxic issues in the body. Toxins, what other toxins do to the body, that can happen with phytotoxins. Did you know that apple seeds contain cyanide? Did you know that giloy is toxic to the liver, has active ingredients that are toxic to the liver? Lots of problems like that. But still, go by science. That's what at the end of the day my messaging would be, not by what this oversimplified message from influencers like these are.
आपके पास 84 मौके हैं या तो अपने सेहत को बेहतर या बिगाड़ने की. सिर्फ घर पे मत खाइए, घर का खाना खाइए और अपना लाइफ को बदलते देखिए.
Yeah, so my ultimate conclusion from this is that foodpharmer, you've gotten a little better, but you can be a lot better. If you want people to take away a good message, I think it's pay attention to nuance and don't be black and white.